I got into Bitcoin in 2011 as a miner. I've mined full blocks on my own with no pool, which was a 50 block reward at the time. I invested very heavily in 30. I helped make the 30 top back in 2011. I didn't own a bag of Ethereum. The only reason I came out publicly, I was already coming out publicly to try and prove the world with self-help videos because I'd retired in 2003, long before Bitcoin was invented. I wanted to make an impact in the world. And then I saw that my Bitcoin investment that I had a lot of money in was being overtaken by Ethereum. And I thought, well, I don't own any Ethereum. And it's funny, I had to come out and defend Bitcoin because no one else would. So both Tone and I have defended Bitcoin against attackers inside and out. And what happens is this project that's been around for 10 years shouldn't have to rely on me to save its ass and do its marketing for it. And there's things that other currencies can do that Bitcoin can't. Ethereum's transactions are more secure than Bitcoin's transactions. If Bitcoin's had 2 inflation bugs where anyone could print as many free coins as they want. One of them was just recently caught by a Bitcoin Cash developer and disclosed honorably.
Don, can you defend Bitcoin?
I continue to defend Bitcoin against scammy projects trying to overtake Bitcoin. You're watching one of them written on the shirt right there of Richard Hart.
We're going to talk about it in a bit.
Something hacked, so I continue to do that. If you think Ethereum is more secure than Ethereum transactions are more secure than Bitcoin, that is just beyond laughable to me, and it's really, really hilarious.
How many inflation bugs has Ethereum had? 0. How many inflation bugs has Bitcoin had? 2. They printed 6 billion extra Bitcoin and had to roll the chain back, right? They rolled the chain back once in Ethereum because a hacker stole a bunch of money. And I can tell you that letting hackers steal a bunch of money and keep it isn't exactly honorable and ethical. And if they could roll back the chain again, they would for Gavin Wood, who's got hundreds of millions of dollars locked up in Parity and the Parity multisig hacks, which is his fault because he misused the blockchain and wrote bad code, and the Polkadot hack, but they're not rolling it back for him, the most inside possible guy that could possibly be rolled back for. I would see more likely Binance releasing their private keys publicly and seeing miners fight over that 50 million stolen from them than I would see something bad happen on Ethereum.
Round 3, limits of Bitcoin.
Richard said that Bitcoin is one of the fastest appreciating assets in the human history. And that's actually the only valuable thing about Bitcoin. There is nothing else about Bitcoin which is useful. Tone, I guess you don't agree.
No, of course not. Bitcoin is the only product that is the only cryptocurrency, the only blockchain out there that is actually decentralized, that is actually secure. The amount of mining that goes into it, the amount of code review and the developers that are coding it. And yes, occasionally there will be bugs found and those bugs will be fixed. There is absolutely zero, no one can actually exploit those bugs. The latest inflation bug that was found, it would be totally stupid for anyone to exploit it because all value in all blockchains would go to 0. If the value of Bitcoin goes to 0, anything decentralized in a crypto space immediately dies. Because then there's actually people with value in Bitcoin that will never invest in any other cryptocurrency. The whole idea of store of value would be gone. You can exploit Litecoin, you can exploit Ethereum because you always have Bitcoin to exit into. It doesn't work the same going backwards. You can't exit through a shitcoin.
Everything he just said is false, okay? He took an argument that works for why miners attack the network less, because then all their mining equipment be worth less. And then he extended it to a place that 100% does not work. If you're a criminal and you don't have any money, and you have the opportunity to steal a shitload of money, you're going to steal that money, okay? Just like we've seen exchanges get hacked over and over and over again, and then they sell that money that they stole. And the system still works after they stole it, right? That everyone's still happy to keep sending their money to the same exchange. Nothing that he said is accurate. If you steal the money and you hack the money, then people are still going to use Bitcoin.
That has absolutely nothing to do with what I said. The reason why people want to steal Bitcoin is because the protocol is sound and Bitcoin remains valuable. There is actually some incentive to 51% attack shitcoins. We've seen Verge 51% attacked. We've seen Ethereum Classic 51% attacked. Eventually, Litecoin will be 51% attacked as their hash rate continues to go down. Bcash, it would be 51% attacked if it wasn't too centralized in order to create checkpoints to kind of basically for them to do whatever they want with the code. The thing is, you can't really exploit Bitcoin code anymore. Might have done it back in 2010. with that initial inflation bug because Bitcoin was really irrelevant at the time. But now you wouldn't do it because you destroy value. You won't be able to profit from that.
Anything to add?
I assure you that the hackers that don't hold that much Bitcoin, which is why in their business of stealing it instead of just watching it appreciate and living on an island, they don't give a shit if they're the first person to sell it. They're the first person to do the hack. They could open shorts before they do the hack, and then they could make money on their shorts and on the money that they just stole.